Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day one of a brand new week, and Water Week has just ended, and we broke our record and met the goal that we wanted to get to. We got Master 13, and before we can get into all that, let's go ahead and wrap things up beautifully with only 95 sleep points. Kind of surprised. I did go to bed a little bit late last night, but I thought I slept a little bit later, so I don't know. 4,102 total sleep points, and we're gonna grab our daily lottery. Maybe I didn't sleep as late as I thought I did, but I do feel pretty good. I feel pretty good today. So we got a small ingredient ticket. I need to get my sleep back on track though. It's getting out of whack for sure. So let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report. Let's see what we're gonna get for the final sleep report of Water Week. Slumbering would be nice, but probably didn't happen. Session 394, we've got total sleep duration, 8 hours, 6 minutes. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's looking like a snoozing or a balanced. Actually, those numbers look very similar to yesterday's balanced. Yeah, balanced type. Okay, well, we got a balanced pseudo balance for the final one. I don't have high hopes for Whooper showing up considering how things have gone all week. Seems like Whooper is seemingly just as rare as the legendary Cyndaquil. So yeah, not sure if that's gonna work, but 98.4 million drowsy power. Very good. Definitely a record on Cyan Beach outside of like Good Sleep Day or something. But just for a normal drowsy power, ooh, hey, a top belly Toxicroak. Haven't seen one of those in a long time. But let's see what this Master 13 record-breaking sleep report gets us. Blastoise, it looked like. Is that what that was? Yeah. So we've got two Slowpokes, Sudowoodo, Toxicroak, Blastoise, Wigglytuff. Hey, our buddy Whooper, Big Yawn Sleep. There we go. Okay. We do have one sleep style that didn't, that is new. So maybe that's another Whooper. Hey, there he is. All right. Maybe we got another Whooper. Where's this new sleep style? Yeah, it is Whooper. Mud Bath. Mud Bath Sleep. He's so happy. Mud Float Sleep. The 3-star. There we go. Okay, so ending the Water Week in style, I guess. We are only missing the Top Belly Whooper now. Things are looking pretty good. I think I'm going to try to do everything I can to catch them. I probably should have bought that bundle before this. I don't think we can buy bundles from here. If one of them's hungry, that would be great. No, we had 3 hungry Pokemon yesterday and only 1 today, and it's Sudowoodo, the one that no one cares about. Can we access the bundles from here? We can. I believe this was the one I was looking at. 5 biscuits and 1 Totodile incense, which is actually very good. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. You know what? In preparation for the Suicune event, I'm going to buy 2 bundles. To be honest with you, they'll get 2 Totodile incense, which we desperately need a Totodile anyway. And that means that we'll get extra mains from those Totodiles throughout the Suicune event. So that's a good call. All right, Whooper, gonna be interesting. I get what people were saying in the comments yesterday that feeding 2 biscuits first, and then if it gets full, then all you got to do is feed it a bonus biscuit whenever you come back. But in this case, since we have 2 Whoopers, if this one does get full after 2, then we can just feed the other one the bonus biscuit and catch it. But that's a real min-maxy way to play it, which does make sense though, because otherwise, I mean, we'd end up spending the same amount of biscuits today. But if you're talking about prepping for the future, say we wanted to catch, there was only 1 Whooper that showed up, that one would get full. Next time we see it, we'd be able to take it home with just a bonus biscuit. I get that. And I think the concern is to not waste a hungry. Like say you feed it a bonus biscuit and a Poke Biscuit, so it's at 4 out of 5 and it gets full. It shows up next time and it's hungry, well then you've wasted a hungry. But to me, I don't really see it as a waste. Like you're gonna catch the Pokemon anyway. So whether you used 1 biscuit and it was hungry or not, you're still using 1 biscuit. So to me, that's not a waste in a way. I mean, the alternative is that you use 3 Poke Biscuits if it shows up hungry. You feed it 2 Poke Biscuits, it gets full, so it's at 2 out of 5. Shows up hungry, give it 1 Poke Biscuit, and it's full. I mean, yeah, it could be potentially a very min-maxy way to play, but to me, I don't really see much difference, but that's just the way that I see the game. If you want to play it, I'm not trying to talk people out of doing it. If that's your strategy, by all means, play that strategy. But for me, it just doesn't really seem to, I don't feel much of a difference, so I don't know how much I'm going to stick to that. But maybe I'm just being naive. All right. I think that's really all we're going to worry about today. I really wanted to catch both whoopers. Unfortunately, that one got all full, which is just awful, but it is what it is. Nothing else I'm really worried about trying to catch. We definitely are fine on catching any of the Squirtle lines. Toxicroak, we could possibly use a better one, but again, I'd rather catch the Krogunk. And I kind of have a feeling that maybe in the near future, we might get another oil gatherer that may knock Toxicroak out of that top spot. But let's go ahead and send out the Mudbath Whooper. Let's give everybody some Whooper candy. It is going to be desperately needed for everybody with how rare Whooper has been. I feel like we're not going to have as much candy as we wanted, but we're going to try. We did get 5,786 research XP and 7,674 dream shards. Very good. I feel like a lot of that is from that top belly Toxicroak. All right, let's go ahead and check out this guy. We got level 15 and serious. ABB is not what we want. I'm pretty sure we already had ABB. But let's see how the sub skills turn out. He's very fast, very serious, and very fast. Research XP bonus is not great. Ingredient Finder M, 75 though, and Ingredient Finder S, with a serious nature, which is of course neutral. I have a feeling this is not going to be super fantastic, but at least I can actually show off on camera how much faster the calculations are now. Once we get to level 75 and 100, because that's where you really notice the difference. Yeah, this one is not great. Not fantastic. We definitely want that ingredient finder a lot earlier. It is good that it does get them eventually, but also ABB is just not really what we're looking for. Well, not even close. I mean, what did I say before? AAC, maybe? Or no, maybe it was AAB. Could be a potential very niche scenario spread for a Whooper, but for our, our daily grinder, definitely not gonna be looking for ABB. We're looking for just AAA. So 3 Whooper caught, all 3 of them not the ingredient spread we were looking for. I think out of the 2, the first Whooper we caught, out of the 2 that had ABB, the first Whooper we caught was the best one. So this one's not really doing too great. I mean, I'm definitely sending this one to the professor because Ingredient Finder M is just way too late at level 75. So we're gonna get rid of this one. I just wanted to let this continue to run just to show how much faster it is, even though I'm sure everybody has already experienced it personally by now. I just wanted to show off since I goofed the other day and was like, oh, all right, check this out, and then forgot to switch because I'm a consummate professional. Anyway, this one probably going to end up around PR 60, so we're going to go ahead and move on while that finishes. It won't take long. It's already halfway through. Normally level 100 takes quite a while, but yeah, we still need that while they're making quality of life changes. Just slide the OK button over here to the left a little bit, make it a little bit smaller. We don't need that big of a button to just say OK. Slide it over here to the left, set it right there, and then on the right side, right around here, it can just say send to the professor. And then we'll be happy. We'll have a real good time. All right, let's go ahead and choose the next research site. We are wrapping up Cyan Beach. I don't even know where I'm gonna go, to be honest with you. Let's see how we're looking. Our map bonus, oh, that does put us at 60 for Cyan. Yeah, we are now not 67. Whoa, wrong button, buddy. All right. I think we all know where we need to go, and I don't want to do it. I don't wanna, but we really don't have a choice. Calculation is done. PR 59. a lot faster than before. Very good. Very good. But let's get this weekly summary out of the way first. My final strength, everything's down even though we set a record. That's funny. Master 13. A final strength of 1,036,598 with gains from berries 362,167 and our gains from cooking 674,431. Overall grade of A, which does make sense. My sleep was not good, especially towards the end of the week. Went to bed way late, actually a lot of times this week, which yeah, now that I think about it, does make sense with how this week went. But we are back on track. We already know what we need. We don't like it, but we need it. Oh, well, that makes sense because we actually did set a better record at Snowdrop last time we were here. But on the plus side, we do know that here on Snowdrop, we can just continue to push the ranks and continue to find what we're looking for. Let's go ahead and pull up this sleep style sniper. Let me get my fat head out of the way. You can see it right. Nope, that side right there. Sleep style sniper. It is a premium feature, I believe. But let's go ahead and pull that up. And we're going to try to find what we need. Desserts and drinks. We still haven't got curry, which is not boding well. Watch. The first roll next week is going to be curries. That's not going to be fun. Anyway, we're going to go to Snowdrop Tundra. We know we need... Is it slumbering? No, it's not slumbering. It's dozing for our boy Delibird. Let's go ahead and let this run while I get us set up. All right, so we got that running. Let's go ahead and check. I don't believe we have new news. Correct, no new news. But we do have new community reports. And that's the 44. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That doubled up out of 44. Very good. Well done, everyone. No level ups today. But that is all right. We are starting off very well this week. We did get desserts. I don't remember if desserts actually help us all that much here, but I did do a weird thing last night. Since it was Sunday, I wanted to throw on some Pokemon that could potentially help us get started right. That was a skill trigger I was hoping for. I was actually hoping for a double bank, but I will take one. And, ooh, I was really hoping for a double bank there too. Oh no. Did they nerf the rates of skill Pokemon, skill specialists to balance that out? Yeah, they might have, I don't know. It feels like they nerfed the rates of skill Pokemon to balance that out. That is not something that I like, but a little bit of an interruption there, but we're back. Anyway, let's go ahead and get breakfast up and running. I did last night, since we were so close to our goal. After I made lunch, we were like 5,000 strength away. So I went ahead and swapped the team in and out to get ingredients for a little bit of everything. So we had the ingredients we needed to make one of the top tier meals, regardless of what category of meals we got. Apparently not, because I forgot the tea time corn scones does not it requires a skill trigger, a pot expansion. Whoopsies, I goofed super hard on that one then. Well, we do have what we need to make popcorn, which is very good. What can we throw in here to help this out? Let's see. We're gonna keep the honey and ginger. We do not need tomatoes for desserts, so we'll go ahead and throw all those in, and that will wrap it up. And we should be good to go. Should be good to go. No extra tasty, unfortunately. I was hoping that extra tasty would kick in and help me out there, but it didn't. No dice. Okay, so we got that up and running. It looks like this stream sniper. Wow, spawn sleep style stuff. I can't words. Sleep style sniper has finished, and as you can see, the odds of finding a Delibird just go up and up and up. There are a couple of cliffs that it falls off of at certain ranks, but essentially once we get past Master 3, the odds just continue to go up. I believe last time I ran this at like 250 million drowsy power for the maximum, and it just kept going and going and going, and eventually reached like 90 something percent. So if we can get the dozing type, dozing. That one. If we can get the dozing type, we just have better and better odds of finding the Delibird the higher the rank goes. So that's the plan, is to try to raise the rank as much as possible. How much does that one berry do? 152. That's very good. Okay, so we need to get set up for Delibird. And I don't know how I messed that up. I thought Tea Time Corn Scones was not requiring a pot expansion. 20, 40, yep, 58, 67. That does, yeah, that tracks. Okay. So with the Pokemon we have, what can we do? We know the Fruity Flan is kind of hard to pull off. Popcorn's going to be kind of easy to pull off. But what does Popcorn look like at higher levels? Currently, it is level 44. Oh, I do not have these correct. Let's see. And Fruity Flan is level 37. Okay, so let's save. Popcorn is level 44. I think that might be our best bet, to be honest with you. I think Popcorn could be pretty easy with our Toxicroak and the... yeah, we should be able to pull this off. And the little bit of extra oil we'll get from our Walrein will help as well. I'm not worried about corn and milk. The oil is the only small concern, but I think it'll be all right. I kind of want to do Tea Time Corn Scones, but that would require an entire team dedicated just to that with no berry specialists, and I don't really like that idea. Not a fan of that idea. If only we had a Pokemon that could bring in a good amount of corn and a little bit of milk combined, that would be a great idea, but we don't. Anyway, let's go to our dessert team. What did we do last time? I think we did the Fruity Flan last time, but we were struggling. I believe we were struggling pretty hard to get the eggs. And I'd rather not struggle, especially with how similar in strength these two are. Only about 1100 shy of the Fruity Flan for the Popcorn. So as similar as they are, it's better to go with what we can make consistently. So let's go ahead and get this team set up. We're going to do Walrein. Consistency helps a lot. We're going to do Walrein. We're going to have, let's see, corn. You know what? Let's go ahead and grab our Blastoise. We know he's going to be on the team, because those Oran berries at level 53 are super strong, and we need the milk anyway. So let's go ahead and grab them while we're here. And then we're gonna need our Toxicroak and Beware, which, there's our Beware. And then we just need the shiny Toxicroak and we're good. There you are. Is there any reason to level you up quickly? No. Potentially a subskill seed, but I don't know, actually. I don't know if I want to do that. That subskill seed could make a huge difference, but it could not. Let's see. We can figure this one out real quick. Go ahead and go to production comparison, pull up our Toxicroak. Where you at, buddy? There you are. Okay, currently level 33, currently 45 oil per day on average, which is exactly what we need to bring in. If we get lucky and one subskill seed gets the ingredient finder that we want, how are we looking? Only 52, that's not a huge difference. I would have expected a bigger difference. And that's if we get lucky. Yeah, I don't think that's a big enough difference to justify the seed. maybe this just really needs to be at a higher level. Let's see, how many do you bring in? Let's go ahead and reset that back. Level 50 is only a 2 oil difference. Level 60 is where it's going to really kick off, but even then it's not super great. 62 at level 60 with an ingredient finder M, if we get lucky. 70. I mean, it seems like it's consistently making about a 12-ish% difference, 10 to 12% difference in the amount of oil it brings in per day. Also, we need to make sure to set this because this is something we got to worry about. 1 helping bonus stack. I believe this team only has the 1. Let's double check. Yeah, only 1 helping bonus stack on this team. So let's resync. 47 a day on average. You know what? It might work with Gardevoir on the team this time. It may work. Oh, did I not? I forgot to select Toxicroak. I almost goofed. Almost goofed real bad. Okay. So this is the team we're going to run with. Everybody's at full energy. That's good. Let's use this team. If Gardevoir doesn't continue to slack off like she did last week, we'll be in a really good spot. But I really think we just need to try to find a better Toxicroak or Krogunk. Do they spawn here? I don't think they do. Do not believe. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh, it does. Okay. Of course, on snooze or dozing as well. So we could try to find a better Krogunk. Probably try to catch a better one. I think that's something we need to keep in the back of our minds, to catch a better one of those. But I also need to catch a better ginger gatherer. I was looking through yesterday to try to get the ginger ready for today, and we just don't have a really good one. I have several good Larvitar and Pupitar, but none of them are AA, whatever. I definitely don't have any AAA, let alone AA anything. Funny enough, my best ginger gatherer for AA is my Kangaskhan, which isn't even that good. And you can see the difference between Kangaskhan and Tyranitar at level 60. But let's see, at level 30, is it a lot closer? It's still a pretty significant gap. So yeah, we need to find a better one of those, but I'm pretty sure that only spawns on Taupe Hollow. So not gonna be surprised there if we only find this on Taupe. I did not mean to do that. Just trying to click on, where are you at? Where's the Larvitar? There you are. Just trying to click on you. Yeah, green grass and Taupe, so not good. And you can see here my 2 Larvitars, not great. We've got ginger, soybean, oh, we do have an AA, ginger, soybean, but not super fantastic. It's actually not that bad. I may need to take another look at that one. I'll do that later. For now, we're not worried about the ginger. We've got what we need. So we are set up. We can look for another Krogunk. We can look for Delibird. Is there anything else here on Snowdrop that we really need to look for? Real quickly, maybe another Vigoroth, even though I caught a pretty good one, but that'll be a pseudo skill specialist. We're looking for the other one for a proper berry specialist, Slackoth. The rest we are doing pretty good on. I could use a better Spheal because mine is more of a utility Spheal than a berry Spheal. But other than that, we are actually in a pretty good spot. Of course, we need better EVs, of course. So snoozing won't be that bad. Trying to get a better idea of other Pokemon I could look for rather than just the one, just to try to make the week a little easier to try to figure out what I want to catch whenever they show up. So we're going to look for Spheal is a decent candidate we could catch more of. I think that's really the only one in the slumbering category that I'm worried about. Yeah, because we have 2 really good Marowaks. Togepi doesn't matter. We have a 2 really good Geodude line. Why not doesn't matter. Riolu, I don't care. Yeah, the rest I don't really care for. Snover maybe, but Sfeel is really the main one in slumbering for snoozing. Eevee, of course. And Slack Off. Yeah, Eevee and Slack Off for snoozing, and then for dozing, of course, the Delibird and the Krogug. So we have pretty much two Pokemon from each sleep type that we are actually going to be kind of looking for. So we do have plenty that we could at least be like, okay, I'm going to feed, if nothing else, I'm going to feed just that bonus biscuit to them. So we're in a really good spot. The team is going to be hopefully doing some fantastic work. It's really up to this guy if he can bring in enough oil. We're going to be focusing on the popcorn because it is something we can do consistently until we get that Delibird, Fruity Flan, or anything else that really uses eggs. Just going to be not very fun to make and not consistent. So we're going to stick with this, and then we're going to, of course, if I can get enough oil or other ingredients to where I'm not worried about it for a little bit, swap into a more specialized berry specialist or possibly a utility Pokemon that could help us out a little bit. Trying to think, maybe like Espeon or Ampharos could be really good here. So we'll be looking at that throughout the week as well. But for now, that is the plan. Try to make popcorn, try to find a Delibird. If we can't find Delibird, some of the other Pokemon that we talked about, the Geodude, not the Geodude, the Snover, Sfeel, and Eevees. If we can catch those are good too. Better Krogunk would be better. But we're just gonna have to see how things go, but that's the plan. So that is where I'm going to wrap it up for now. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, White, and Husky Star. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel for just $5 a month, you can get early access to the videos, loyalty badge, and a bunch of other cool perks. Go ahead and click the join button right next to the subscribe button to get more details about that. And then while you're down there, go ahead and click the link to that Discord in the description box. Come join us and talk about Pokemon Sleep and other video games. Other than that, y'all have a good night. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 2 of just a nice little chill week in between events. We had Water Week wrapped up yesterday, and now we've got the Suicune research event coming next week. For now, we're just hanging out, trying to get a Delibird. It is kind of a chill week, but we really need that Delibird to make our plan work for the Suicune event, and it looks like we're just going to jump straight into it. You know what? I was going to hit review later, but let's just go ahead and jump into it. The game did force me to update the app already, and it looks like we might have a crash. Nope, there we go. There it is. 10 hours and 36 minutes of sleep. I was very tired, and that's a lot of slumbering. Not good because we need the dozing. Not good. I mean, we do have stuff we can catch, but definitely not going to get that Delibird we were looking for. We should have a decent number of spawns, 5 or 6. Yeah, just 5 today. 8.7 million. Not the best start, but without dozing, it doesn't really matter because we're not really grabbing the best things in slumbering. Wall Rain is not what I wanted to see. I was really hoping for a Sfeel. Whoops. I meant to click the skip button, and I guess I accidentally clicked a little bit too low and got that Swablu. Anyway, we're hoping for a Sfeel. There we go. Ooh, we have a new one. So 2 Abomasnows, a Sfeel, and a Wall Rain. What are we gonna get now? Or no, we don't have a new one. I clicked on the Swablu. That's why. Never mind. Things happen sometimes and your just brain isn't used to them. Well, apparently the Swablu is ready to go with us. But I don't think we're gonna be spending any biscuits on it. We're gonna go ahead and try to catch as much as I could use a better Sfeel. If I could get a better Snover, maybe. No, I think the Abomasnow we have for eggs is actually pretty close to the best we're gonna get as far as eggs go. So maybe catching a better Snover isn't the way to go. I'm not really super worried about catching any of these like right now. So we're just gonna leave it as is, and we'll catch them as the week goes on, because I apparently have been getting slumbering a lot lately. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna see them again. I do want to keep the biscuits we have, since we do have the Suicune event next week. I don't necessarily want to use too many biscuits just catching a bunch of random whatever. For this though, actually all 3 are pretty decent candies in my opinion. Probably I don't know. I feel like they're all pretty common candies too. They're all good candies to get, but also all pretty common. You know, Altaria is pretty good. If we ever do get Megas, Mega Altaria is probably going to be pretty good in this game. So we'll send out some Swablu candy. I don't know. I feel like they're all pretty good candies, so not really a bad choice here. 454 Research XP and 616 Dream Shards. Not a whole lot, but it is only day 2, so let's go ahead and jump into the rest of this and see how things are looking. We definitely got 100 sleep points, 1.14 times, because we have the Sleep Research XP from Walrein, and we got 10,998 Sneaky Snacking. Very good, with 25 more diamonds. I definitely need that after the diamonds I spent yesterday. So that is good stuff. Let's grab these 100 sleep points. Puts us at 4,202. Very good. Very good. We're in a good spot. The bundles have now gone, so we have our daily lottery for a small dream cluster. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. The longer we hold on to them, the better they get too, which I do like. Okay. Oh, we have new news, which is typical right after maintenance is done. So let's see, should be pretty quick. Yep, app version has been updated. Maintenance is now finished. Good job. Update contents. We have preparation for the Suicune research event. The addition of a function that continuously increases the number of candies when you hold the increase button to level up Pokemon using candies. That is good. That is a nice little quality of life change. We saw that previously with the ingredients when cooking. You could just hold down the button to add more to the pot. So now we can do that with level ups as well. Very good. They also canceled the didn't cancel. They postponed the adjustment for the back button taking you directly to the home screen. Adjustments that make it possible to use dream clusters from the use item button on the lower right of the Pokemon details screen. So if you're trying to level up a Pokemon and you don't have the dream shards, you can use the dream cluster from there. Adjustments that allow changes to graphics quality and FPS from the menu on the title screen. I'm gonna have to check that out later. That could be interesting. Adjustments to display a friend's login times. So now it shows 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 days, as well as 7 on the friends list page. So a little more detail there for those of you that want to change out friends if it's been 4 or 5 days. That'll be good. Compatibility with newer versions of Unity. In-app data will be re-downloaded the first time you log in after the maintenance update. We recommend linking your account to or generating a transfer code beforehand and downloading the data in an environment with Wi-Fi. For details, see announcement about data download for the next update. Also adjustments to some animations, some text adjusted or unified, and other small bug fixes and adjustments. So not bad. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. They are always improving the game, which I like. It does not feel like we have to go very long in between maintenance updates. So it does make it feel like they are actually trying to keep the game fresh and healthy. So that's good. But let's jump into these community reports. There's about 42 of them. We're jumping into everything today with 1, 2, 3, 4. I lost count already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 that doubled up. Very nice. And we got a level up today. Yep. Yes, we do. Felt like that was coming. 1 small handy candy. Very good. Very good. All right. Well, that is that. Let's go ahead and jump. There we go. Jumping into stuff again. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. We got a skill trigger there. That's what I like. I really wish Blastoise could bank that skill trigger, but that's exactly why I need a Vaporeon. Level 5 ingredient magnet is already super powerful. Level 7, if I could get a good Vaporeon to do that, would be very nice. The ingredient magnet from Walrein has actually procced a few times yesterday, so that's good too. Missed all the corn apparently. 27 corn. Okay. Only 1 skill trigger. I feel like the skill trigger rates for Gardevoir, well, I feel like my Gardevoir skill trigger rate has gone down. I know a lot of other people have said they've noticed something similar, so who knows? Maybe it's just us. Maybe we're just all having bad luck. But only 10 oil. You're killing me, Toxicroak. You're killing me. Ooh, I like that. The number is a lot darker than it used to be. A lot easier to read. That's good. Nice little change. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into breakfast. It is going to be the popcorn, which is what we expected. Part of me really wants to try to make the fruity flan again, but I also know that it's very kind of annoying to make with the egg situation. Really wish that wasn't a problem. I also wouldn't mind trying to go for the macarons, but similar story. Very annoying. Ooh, that seemed like it went way faster. Either that or just the sound effect was playing a lot faster. No, that feels like it's going even faster than it was before. I like that. Nice little touch. All right, so let's get this going. Should be about 21,000, somewhere around there, I think. Yeah, 21,428. So not bad at all. Not bad. All right. So where does that leave us? I have no idea where we are in the ranks. I was so busy yesterday that I completely forgot where I was at. I think I'm in grade something. Yeah, grade 2 right now. Not enough to put us at grade 3. What? Okay. Maybe we were at grade... I don't know. I don't know how this thing works sometimes. It's super confusing sometimes, but we are at grade 2. So we're in a pretty good spot. We're not doing bad. Okay. So there are no missions completed so far. I forgot to look at them. Hopefully we got a good incense this week. Slackoff's not bad. We did get grade 2 done, so it's 1,500. Wait a minute. Aren't those normally 1,400 and something? And now they're just an even 1,500? Have I just been unaware this whole time that though the amount of dream shards you get from missions goes up with your research rank? Is that a thing and I just didn't know that? Because I'm pretty sure these were like 1,430 or something like that before. 1,400 and some change. And now they're an even 1,500. Also, the amount of berries I have to give has gone up too. It used to be 1,700 and something. Interesting. 388. I think that's the same as before. So it seems like those two things in particular, the amount of dream shards that I'm getting from the weekly missions and the amount of berries I have to give Snorlax has gone up. Which is fine. I mean, 1,800 berries is nothing. We've only done 400 in one day, which will definitely get enough by the end of the week if we keep up with that. So I'm not worried about that. Interesting. I don't know what caused this. If it was a change they made with maintenance, or if it's I got a new research rank and now it's 1,500 and I just didn't notice it before. But I'm gonna guess it's probably it goes up with research rank. Somebody let me know in the comments, because I know one of you knows. Outside of that, we are kind of done for now. The only thing that I want to check is what is going on with this Obama snow, because it's this one, right? That's what it is. Yeah, that's the problem, is that it's tomatoes then eggs. That's the problem. We really need eggs, and sadly this is the second best egg gatherer in the game right now. And I believe if we look, yeah, the one that I have is only 38 eggs per day on average. And that's a good one. But the only thing that mine is missing is sub-skill seed for ingredient finder M. Let's set it to level 50. I guess it doesn't really change my box team because it's running on their current level. Maybe it just changes these, the neutral ones. Yeah. I mean, if we had ABB on a Snover and we got it to level 60, that honestly might be the better way rather than trying to catch this super elusive Delibird. I thought we had ABB on this one, but apparently not. Apparently it's ABA. So yeah, maybe we do need to start worrying about trying to actually catch a Snover and try to get ABB with decent sub skills, because this one is okay. It's just not as good as it could be. At level 60, how do we look just on neutral? It closes the gap pretty significantly. I mean, at level 60, an Abomasnow is not far off of a Delibird. 56.6 from a Delibird on average and 53.9 on average from an Abomasnow with ABB. That's not bad. Maybe that's the play. Maybe that's the play. Maybe I've been overlooking Snover this whole time because of my bad performance with this one. But maybe I've just been, you know, I do that from time to time. I goof a little bit. I think that's the play. Next time we get Slumbering and we see a Snover, maybe we actually do try to catch it, because it seems like it's going to be the way to go. But I don't know. We'll just have to see what tomorrow brings. If we do find another Snover, I'm going to try to catch it over that Spheal and the Swablu. We already have plenty of Swablu, as a lot of you know. The Swablu army is ready to go once Dragon Island shows up. Other than that, let's just go ahead and get breakfast in here. Might as well. Or not breakfast, lunch. Let's get lunch in here and get some extra protein in that popcorn. And I will leave you guys with this lunch. Hopefully it'll go extra tasty to make our day. No, it did not. I was hoping all the little fancy button presses would do it, but nope, it did not care. 20,811, and that is going to be a pretty nice spot to wrap it up. Not a whole lot going on today, but it's Tuesday. That's kind of how it goes. Usually not too much going on. We are on track for what we're trying to do. Just not really trying super hard to push the ranks, but trying to push them a little bit. Things are going well. We are at grade 3. I would like to be Ultra 3 or Ultra 2 by the end of the day, but it's just going to depend on how things go. 266,000, maybe Ultra 1. Maybe let's temper those expectations a little bit. One last thing, we're just going to check and see where we're at with our ingredients for the rest of the day. We got plenty of corn. That's enough for 4. And that is, whoa, math is failing me. If I can get one more milk, that'll give us enough for 5 popcorn, and maybe we swap out for a couple of berry gatherers just to get some extra push there. But Toxicroak is definitely gonna have to stay on the team. Might actually swap out, you know what, yeah, let's do that right now. We're gonna swap out Beware for the other Toxicroak, try to get a little bit extra, because I don't want to do sleep research, or I don't want to have this other Toxicroak on the team while I sleep. Don't want him gaining XP because he gets sausage at level 30. So it's not going to be much, but maybe that little bit extra oil will help a little bit. So we'll do that. And yeah, also try to catch us some better Croagunk by the end of the week, maybe. So we'll get that going. We're in a good spot. Hopefully we get to Ultra 1 by the end of the day, but we'll just have to see how things go. But that's going to be the video. So thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, Waite, and Husky Star. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click the join button right next to the subscribe button. Get early access to the videos and other cool perks. And while you're down there, go ahead and click the link to that Discord in the description box. Come and join us to talk about Pokemon Sleep and other video games. Other than that, y'all have a good night. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 3 on Snowdrop Tundra, trying to find us a Delibird, but actually the game has changed a little bit. I think now we're just going to start worrying about a Snover instead of a Delibird. It just seems easier to find and easier to catch, which means we have more opportunities to run through different Snover that we've caught and hopefully get the ingredient spread that we want, rather than waiting 2-3 weeks to find even one Delibird, probably not even catch it right then and there, and then hope that we get the right ingredient spread. We're just going to focus on Snover. If we find Delibird, we will try to catch it, but Snover is the main goal. And for now, we're going to start off with 35,788 sneaky snacking. because I swapped out for an entire team of berry specialists almost last night before I went to bed because we were doing pretty good. Everybody was at like 120 something percent energy. Figured I might as well swap out. No point in keeping Gardevoir on the team when she's already above 100% energy. What does she need to recover from sleep? So we'll swap in a berry specialist, let it stay at 100%, and then swap Gardevoir back in right about now. But we are going to get breakfast done and out of the way first. I am recording a little bit later than expected, and just to make sure that we aren't rushing or missing breakfast because of the sleep report, we're going to get this done. Nice little skill trigger there. Only about 580, but you know what? Some mushrooms to go in the pot. That's very good. We'll take it. Let's go ahead and see. Did we get a... Nope, we didn't get anything there, but we do have some extra stuff for the pot. I am collecting from Walrein this week for the extra oil that he can bring in, just to try to give Toxicroak a little bit of help there. It is kind of a problem with getting the popcorn we need, but so far we've been doing all right. I actually have a decent amount. I did swap in the other Toxicroak for a little while yesterday. So between that, the Walrein, and the main Toxicroak, I think we're doing all right on the oil. So things are looking up. They're looking pretty good. Plus Walrein gets us a little bit of extra sausage that we can throw in the pot as well. And if we can get lucky and this goes extra tasty with that mushroom in there, no luck, but it would have been pretty good. So we did get 21,933 on this popcorn. Nothing like eating popcorn for breakfast, you know? Breakfast of champions, my friend. But all right, now that that's out of the way, we can jump into the main stuff and get things underway properly. I really just didn't want to put off breakfast and then end up with a really good sleep research, which tends to happen sometimes when I am, you know, running a little behind and then we miss breakfast. So we got that out of the way. We got our 100 sleep points, puts us at 4,302. And then for the daily lottery, we can grab what we got. Something nice. Small handy candy is not bad. I will take it. It will go in the pile and we will use it one day. That's another rank up. That does put us at Ultra 1. I wanted to be at Ultra 1 before bed last night, but it just didn't happen. Even with all these berry specialists on here. And speaking of the team, we do need to swap them out. Let's get the regular team set back up. This is going to be Gardevoir. I really should set up a separate team for this, but this was something I did kind of on a whim last night, so that'll be something I do a little bit later. You know what? We're actually doing pretty good on ingredients, so I think I might just leave them in for now. Let's see. I mean, we could use a little bit more corn, but we have enough for the rest of the day. Yeah, let me go ahead and swap in Beware. It's the same story for... Well, we have enough for breakfast on milk. We can leave Raichu in. Yeah, we'll leave Raichu in. We'll swap out Raticate. And get some more corn going. It does seem to be the one thing that would really hold us back. Nope, you are not Beware. Fat fingered that one super hard. Okay. All right, now the team's set back up. We can jump into this sleep report and see what we got. I honestly don't know that I'm really wanting to see snoozing or dozing anymore. I kind of feel like now that I've decided that Abomasnow at level 60 is so close in egg production to Delibird that I don't really care to even try for dozing anymore. I mean, it's looking like it might be. Nope, it is slumbering, which I do believe is where we can find a Snover. So with any luck, we will see a couple of them. Maybe be able to catch a few and try to get the egg situation sorted. We are looking for ABB on the eggs with Snover, but we did get 20.4 million. Not bad. We're doing all right here. There's a Why Not and a Togepi. That is not what I'm looking for. But, come on. There it is. But there is a lot of empty space there. Of course, not a single Snover. So we got Togepi, 2 Cubones, 2 Why Nots, and a Swablu. I don't really need any of this. Not at all. I mean, maybe a Togepi? Nothing's hungry. Nothing is hungry. I mean, we could just do another swablu for the army. We could. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do another swablu for the army and see what we get. See if our luck with the swablus continues. All right, max friendship points. And we're gonna wrap it up there. There's nothing here that I want to spend any of the regular biscuits on, so we will move on. Swablu candy? Yeah, swablu candy. I think I sent that out yesterday too. Which means I need to switch it up next time. 1,173 research XP and 1,521 dream shards. Not bad at all. But the real question, how good is this swablu? Adamant nature? Serious nature, so that's neutral. We got egg, soybean egg. And then we've got skill level up M. Oh, okay. Big boy. Inventory up S is okay. Helping speed M, skill trigger S, and dream shard bonus. This is probably the weakest one we found so far, and yet this is still pretty decent. No berry finding, but overall not too bad. We're gonna go ahead and run this calculation real quick. While this one is not bad, I don't think it's gonna be joining the swablu army. It's not great either. I mean, I suppose in a team with a healer, you don't really need to focus on charge energy as much, so maybe skill level up and skill trigger aren't super helpful in this scenario, but it's not the worst thing to have. It just would be better. I think this swablu would be a lot better if helping speed was earlier. So overall, kind of middle of the road. So we won't be keeping this one. We will send this one to the professor, but time to move on. Not as good as the others, not good enough to join the swablu army, but we'll get another one, I'm sure. Another 98 sneaky snacking. That's like one berry. All right, so the team is set up and ready to go. We don't have to worry about that. See, didn't even really have that that good of a sleep research and would have missed breakfast. Update contents, that is old news. So we have no new news, but we do have new community reports. 49. That might be the most I've ever seen. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 that doubled up. Very good. And we got a level up. Nice. With one small handy candy to add to the pile. Very good. Okay, now let's try to stay on top of our Pokemon box a little bit more than we have in the past. And let's go ahead and get rid of that swablu that we just caught. Where are you at? It's probably you. Caught today, August 28th. Yep, it is you. Send to the professor. Job done. All right. Cool. Well, with that, I don't really think there's much left to do other than to feed lunch. And get a double feeding in again today. Explosion popcorn. What do we want to put in this one? We can fill out, yeah, sausage is a good one. And let's see. I do kind of want to save some of the better ingredients for Sunday. I'm gonna try to do what we've done the last couple weeks and just make the big dish on Sunday. Which means it depends on which one we're gonna go with. Apples would probably be easier. So we want to save all, or not apples, tea time corn scones would probably be easier than the macarons since macarons require the eggs. But yeah, I think that's probably what we'll do. I would like to make the macarons if possible. We have time to stock up on some eggs. Maybe I need to swap in that Obama Snow once we get a decent amount of corn. The one that we have already, even though it's not the best egg producer, it will give us enough between now and Sunday. We shouldn't have a problem. And then we're never worried about cocoa and milk. Honestly, we have all the cocoa we need right now. If we never used any of it, we'd be fine. Honey, we need 51. So we're almost there. Milk, of course, we're using for the popcorn. Eggs would be the only concern. So yeah, we could do that. We probably should do that. Let's throw in these tomatoes then, because we don't need them, and soybeans. We don't need those either. So I guess that will be the plan, to do flour gift macarons for Sunday. We got plenty of time to get the eggs, and that's really all we're missing. So might as well. 21,070 again. Our explosion popcorn is level 46. Still the 4th best dessert that we could possibly make. I would like to get the fruity flan to be more viable, but that does require a solid egg gatherer. So for now, we're gonna stick with the popcorn, and not enough to put us at Ultra 2, but didn't really expect it to do so. Other than that, that's kind of it today. A little bit of a lackluster day, but it's to be expected. It is Wednesday, middle of the week. Not too many spawns. We only got 6. Don't have the full 8 just yet. I believe on Snowdrop, 8 is around like Ultra 5-ish, somewhere around there, just off the top of my head. But I haven't really committed those to memory, so I may be slightly off, but I think it's around there. Maybe Master 1. But we are doing pretty well so far in terms of the rest of our progress, keeping the meals going consistently. I've made popcorn every meal, haven't had to fall back on something else. I take that back. I did do, what did I make? Fruity flan? I think I made the fruity flan one time. Or no, I made the scones one time because we got the trigger from Flareon, and I made it for dinner, I believe, since I had the ingredients. Just went ahead and did it. I think I did that on Monday, but outside of that, I have not had to make anything else that was lesser than the popcorn. So that's going well. Gardevoir is actually triggering pretty well this week, which is good. Last week was pretty bad. The team is doing well. I don't feel like we're in a bad place. We're just kind of riding out the week to see what we can find. Hopefully we can find that Snover before the end of the week, because we definitely need eggs for my plan next week. And honestly, I take back pretty much everything I said before about making the macarons. What we need to do is start getting ingredients for next week. As soon as I hit 8 spawns, I think I'm going to transition to preparing for next week. So yeah, I'm going to figure out my plan for that. But I'm not going to sit here and bore you with me just So I will figure that out off screen, and we'll let you know the plan tomorrow. But for now, that's going to be it for today. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, White, and Husky Star. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel for just $5 a month, click that join button right next to the subscribe button. That'll give you early access to the videos and other cool perks. And while you're down there, click on the link to the Discord in the description box. Come join us and talk about Pokemon Sleep and other video games. Other than that, y'all have a good night, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 4 on Snowdrop Tundra, looking for a Snover. Not a Delibird, but a Snover. We are going to start off with 10 apples, which we do need for later on, not this week, but next week. So we're going to get that for our reward stamp card. We're also going to get 19,885 sneaky snacking. And in today's video, we're going to get into my plan for the Suicune event, at least for the first week. So we'll get into that a little bit later and go over what changes I'm going to make to the team so that I can prepare for the Suicune event. And I'm going to assume that I'm going to get the Snover I need, but we'll just have to wait and see. For now, we are rank Ultra 3, so we're doing pretty good. We should... Well, we'll get into that a little bit later when we get to the sleep report. For now, we're going to grab 100 sleep points. It's going to put us at 4,402. And for our daily lottery, we should pick up something pretty decent. 20 diamonds is very good. I do like 20 diamonds. We can at least afford one of the Suicune bundles. So if we want to get one, at least we can get the small. And let's jump into the sleep report. Let's see how things are going. We should have at least 7 spawns by now. I believe, if I remember correctly, it was like 25 million drowsy power is what we need for 7 spawns. Turns out 8 spawns is way higher. I think you need like 600 or like 60 something million drowsy power. So not as easy, but looks like we're probably gonna get the slumbering type, which is what I believe that's what we want for Snover. So yeah, Probably not going to get to 8 spawns this week. If we do, it'll be right on Sunday if we were to continue pushing for ranks, but that's not going to be what we do. We're going to change the plan up, and we're not going to try to climb the ranks as far this time around. 34.7 million is what we're going to have for today. And let's see, a top belly Celio, that's funny. With a Togepi, a why not? Come on, show me some Snover. A couple of Snover would be good. There's one. Looks like just one. Okay, so we've got a Spheal, 2 why not, a Snover, a Cubone, a Togepi, and a Celio. Whole lot of seals today on Snowdrop. All right, so let's see. With any luck, this Snover will be hungry. No one's hungry. Okay, well, Snover is the main thing that we're going for. We definitely need it. It is, if we can get a good one, it will save the entire plan. If not, the plan is going to be very difficult. Yeah, let's see. I didn't even think about it. I just went straight into feeding the Snover. With any luck, it won't be full. We have terrible luck. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. At least we can get it next time we see it. We are just going to leave it. That's really unfortunate. That is definitely not conducive to my plan. So, very, very bad. Okay, well, let's move on. Nothing we can do about it. Don't want to use any more biscuits on anything else. Not really anything super exciting. What candy do we send out, actually? Now that I get to the screen, I mean, Spheal is always good, but I'm beginning to wonder if there aren't a bunch of other people in the same boat as me, and that Snover candy may actually help them. So Spheal or Snover, I feel, is a pretty good one. Maybe Spheal is slightly better, but I don't know. I'm sure there's an argument for it, but Snover seems like it could be useful too. Although I doubt the one candy that I'm giving to everyone is super impactful. But we did get 2,370 research XP and 2,683 dream shards, which is pretty good. It's not bad. Not bad for how things have gone so far this week, which hasn't been great. But there is no new news. We kind of figured that. But for the community reports, we got 45 of them. Very good. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 that doubled up. Very good. Very nice. 21 out of 45 is very, very good odds. No level ups today, but that's all right. Let's jump into the meat and potatoes of this. Let's grab what we can from everybody. As you can see, Abomasnow is on the team. Way more tomatoes than I had hoped I would get from him. That is not good. A decent amount of oil, not quite what I would like to see, but 12 isn't bad. No skill trigger from our Blastoise, but plenty of milk and cocoa, which is what we want. Skill trigger there. Got some corn and a few tails in there. Go ahead and select that candy, grab all this. Not bad. Skill trigger, just the one here, but that's okay. That's all we really needed. Just the one is fine. Okay, so let's get into making breakfast, and then we can start to slowly discuss the plan. So we're gonna get the popcorn started. And no, not apples. Not apples. That would be very bad. Throw all that sausage in there. You know what? We've got 4 slots left. Why not? Let's just throw in the 4 tails, and we should be fine. Extra tasty? No, of course not. If ever I throw in tails, it will never be extra tasty. But we did get 22,337, and that does put popcorn at level 47. So very good. Very good indeed. I believe that may put us to Ultra 4, but I forget exactly where the bar was. Was I or was I not paying attention? Oh, no, we had to definitely not make it Ultra 4, I don't think. No, we did not. About halfway there, but that's all right. That's good. That's a good spot to be. Okay, so the plan is going to be very odd. But I think it's a solid plan. Let me do this real fast before I get ahead of myself. Let's grab our mission rewards, 388 berries for some small handy candies. Very good. I forgot, Slackoth is the incense that we're gonna get. Okay, so the plan for Suicune. We know that Oran berries are going to be guaranteed. And so with that in mind, you might think that I would really try to work on possibly this guy, which he's not bad. This is not a bad Croconaw at all. But let's go ahead and switch on over to a production comparison, because y'all know that's like my favorite part of this website. But let me get it pulled up. For some reason, my mouse did not want to click. Anyway, so let's get this production comparison pulled up. Hopefully I was smart and saved this guy into my box. I did. Good. So we've got this guy. There's also our old Totodile that we had, but I am pretty sure he's not going to help us at all. So I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to go ahead. Green grass, Oran berries. We know for a fact that we're getting Oran berries, so I think this is fine. We're looking at 16,181 strength just from berries from this guy. But if I was going to invest in this one and use it, you know what? Let's go to the Pokemon box instead so I can actually do some of this stuff. Let's go to the Pokemon box. Let's go ahead and scroll down and click on this guy here. How far could I take him? What is it? 80 to evolve? Yes, 80 to evolve, but oh yeah, I forgot we can just hold this down now. We don't have to tap. Let's see how far this can go. Level 40. So let's just hypothetically assume that we do this and just invest everything we can. We're looking at 35,000 just from berries alone, which is pretty good. The unfortunate part is that this one does not have berry finding, but so far this has been the best Totodile line that I have found, which again, it is pretty decent, but without it having berry finding, I'm not entirely sure that I want to invest everything I have versus just getting into level 30. That is a huge difference from 26,000 to what was that? 26,000 at level 30 to 35,000. That is a huge difference. That's 9,000 strength, extra strength per day just from that. So I'm thinking about this guy, but I'm really kind of hoping that we, I don't want to invest in anything yet, but I'm hoping that maybe we get, I mean, if we could get, honestly, you all know where I'm going to go. If we could get dragon berries when we re-roll for desserts, that would be fantastic. I would probably invest as much as I could into getting this thing to level 50. How many, I've got a decent amount of handy candies. I don't know if it's enough, but if we get dragon berries, we're set. Between this guy and, well, actually, Dragonite wouldn't help us for, Dragonite probably would outperform. Let's see. Dragonite would probably outperform. And then our helping bonus and berry finding Swablu. Which one are you? That's berry finding. Helping bonus berry finding. I believe that's the one. Yes, that's the one. Let's double check and make sure that I'm not mixing them up. Let's see. Egg, soybean, apple. Yep, with a careful nature. Yep, that's the one. Okay. So expand all without putting anything else into this guy. This one, let's go ahead and bump him up to 33 where he's at now. I keep double clicking and evolve it. Oh, forgot to set favored berries. Yeah. I'm assuming that the level is making all the difference. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like the level is making a huge difference because Dragonite's bringing in less berries, but because of its level, the berries are stronger. And so it's actually beating out the Swablu's strength by just a couple grand per day. So if we did that, we wouldn't have to invest. But if we were to say get it to level 40, it would the Altaria to level 40. It would outperform the Dragonite, but why invest if we don't have to? Why not save the resources? So let's go ahead and put this back to 33. It looks like Dragonite could potentially be our berry boy if we get dragon berries as a favorite. And that's really the key crux here. We know for sure Oran berries. The only Oran berry specialist I have is this Croconaw that we could potentially evolve into a Feraligatr. Outside of that, we don't really have anything super worthwhile. I mean, with getting the Oran berry guaranteed, we are going to have our big Blastoise on the team because that's just ridiculous. 84,000. That seems geez, 46,000 from Coco. Okay, I don't know how that's calculated, but berry strength is only 14,000 per day, which is going to help while we collect more ingredients. It's just obviously not as good as 35,000. So I don't know. And this is the big problem. Since we didn't catch a Totodile, we have to see what we get randomly. For now, though, the one thing we do know for sure that we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and go take a look at the cooking plan. I'm not super worried about getting to a high rank because the last two legendary events, Raikou and Entei, we got to like Master 15 and maybe even 16 or 17 respectively. So I'm not super worried about it. I do want to push the ranks as much as we can, but I'm not very, very worried. So I don't really know how much I'm that concerned with it. I do just want to push the ranks for my own personal satisfaction. So to that end, we're going to make the Flower Gift Macarons. I'm also going to use a good camp ticket so we don't have to worry about Flareon being on the team for that. And to that end, that's why I have Blastoise on the team right now and Abomasnow on the team right now, trying to stock up as much milk and cocoa and eggs as we can. I'm also going to swap in Venusaur, and we're going to probably switch to a much easier meal going forward, just to use up some of these extra ingredients that we don't necessarily need. And I'm going to try to stock up as many of the necessary ingredients as possible. So also to that end, berry specialists may not be the biggest thing. So that's the plan, is to stock up as much as possible. We really need to get a full inventory of ingredients. For now, we'll probably finish out making popcorn. Even though it does use milk, it doesn't use much. And I do have the AAA Squirtle or Wartortle. I forget exactly which one it is, but I'm looking for somebody specific right now. I don't know why I scrolled. I'm pretty sure the one I'm looking for is this guy. No, not that guy. That guy. This is the one I'm looking for to start getting the honey in. So that's kind of where we're at for this week. We're just making what we can. We've got, let's go ahead and pull it up so I can show exactly what I was looking at last night when I was thinking about this. We can go to the spawn count score lookup table under the documents tab, go to Snowdrop Tundra. We can see that we need 65,700,000 basically drowsy power to get 8 spawns. and we're only currently at like 35 million, something like that. 40 million. So we're still a long ways away. 250,000 strength away from doing that. And it took us this long to get to 400,000, which means we probably wouldn't hit it till Saturday or Sunday. So I'm not really worried about getting 8 spawns. It would be nice, but I think prepping for next week is more important. So that's why I'm switching up now. It's going to be a rough rest of the week, but we're going to make what we can. Let's go ahead and do lunch real fast, and we'll see. I don't want to make a lovely kiss smoothie because that's all of the ingredients that I need for the macarons, except for the apples. So I don't want to make that. The popcorn, I think we can get away with just to clear out some extra stuff that we have. Like I said, it does use milk, but not much. And basically what I'm going to do is just throw in all this extra stuff that we don't really need. Actually, you know what? No, I'm just going to make the base. Just going to make the base form of it. Get some XP on it because I do, in a very long-term goal, I do want to get all of the recipes to max level. So we'll get something on it, and even 18,500 is not far off of the 22,000 we were getting. So it's really not that big of a deal. So we're going to do that. We're not really terribly worried about pushing ranks. Still kind of want to a little bit with what little bit we can, but ultimately, Suicune prep takes precedent. So it's kind of where we're at. I would also like to get that Master 3 incense for a Slackoth, but at the same time, Suicune prep takes precedence, and in order to get Master 3, we'd have to focus on ranks. So I don't think that one's going to happen. We may just have to sacrifice that incense this week. If I can get to Master 3, that's great. But that also means that for Sunday, we're not going to be making big meals. I wanted to swap in like a Raikou or an Entei on the team just to start overstocking some berries. But the problem with that is we really should have been doing that the entire week if we were going to do it. And even then, we would probably do Raikou with Raichu and a couple of other Pokemon, possibly Ampharos or something like that. So I don't know how well that would help. I don't think it would help very much with our current goal of getting ingredients, because ultimately that's what we need. We are not sitting at a great place. We do have a few days left, so I think we can get where we need to be. But for now, we've just got to do what we can do and hope that by the end of the week, we can get to the spot we want to be with our ingredients. I will swap in somebody on Sunday just to start off with some berries. Not sure who I would do that for. Of course, Raichu and Blastoise. I am hoping that with the couple of Totodile incense that we have, that we can get a good Totodile very early on in the where's it at? Come on, where's my incense? They're here somewhere. We have 3 Totodile incense. I had 1 before, bought the 2 bundles, got 2 more. So I am planning to use those very early on. I'm going to use all of these water type incense throughout the week to get the extra mains, but the Totodile ones will come first to get hopefully a good berry specialist. We could also throw in the Quaxwell to hopefully get a couple of charge strength knocked off, plus the berries are going to be pretty good, but we'll have to see what our ingredient bag looks like at the time, because the biggest concern is going to be the eggs. So I need this guy to get a better ratio of eggs to tomatoes and hopefully help us out. That would be very nice. But that is the plan B eggs. Nope, it was a berry, of course. At least it's a favored berry. Skill triggered? Nope, another berry. Not looking good, but we'll just have to wait and see how things go. for now, that is going to be the video. So thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster Illusion, JP White, and Husky Star. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you would like to support the channel, click that join button right next to the subscribe button. For just $5 a month, you can get early access to the daily videos as well as a bunch of other cool perks. And while you're down there, click that link to the Discord in the description box. Come join us and talk about Pokemon Sleep and other video games. Other than that, y'all have a good night. Hopefully your Suicune prep is going better than mine. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 5 on Snowdrop Tundra, trying to find us a good Snover, as well as a few other things, but Snover is the main goal. With the lead up to the Suicune research event, we are going to be talking about the missions that are going to go along with the event, so stay tuned for that. But for now, we're going to start off with 11,095 sneaky snacking. And yeah, those sleep points look about right. Some of you were there when we stayed up way too late last night, playing some Elden Ring again on the live stream channel. But we are going to get 87, and it's going to put us at 4,491 total sleep points. And we're going to grab, for our daily lottery, 15 more diamonds. Very nice. I like diamonds. Those are very good. Okay, let's jump into this slightly lackluster sleep report. We should still have the 7 spawns, but hopefully we'll get the slumbering sleep type, which, with how well I feel like I slept, I feel like it's pretty much guaranteed. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another chunk of slumbering right there in the middle. I woke up a little bit later than my alarm today. Didn't even remember my alarm going off. Yeah, quite a bit of slumbering. So I think that pretty much settles that. 22% more slumbering to be exact. But we should still have the 7 sleep styles, even though I didn't get a full 100 sleep points. There we go. There's 7 spawns. We're good. That puts us at 41.5 million, well above what we need for the 7. But my sleep midpoint is definitely out the window this week. Not a good start. Couple of why nots and a Marowak. Okay. Maybe there's a Snover in there somewhere. Uh-oh. Well, so we've got 2 why nots, Riolu, 2 Geodudes, and a Lucario, and a Marowak. And a new sleep style, which is going to be not on this side. It's never on the side I go to first. Hey, Celio, nice. Unfortunately, that means no Snover, but that is the 3-star sleep for Celio. So that puts us at 395-ish, and the final Celio sleep style that we needed. So we are all done with the Celio, boy. All right, well, no Snover. Honestly, nothing that I said I would try to catch earlier in the week. There's no Spheal, no Snover, probably just gonna catch a Geodude just to get it out of the way. The rest, yeah, nothing really all that great. So we'll just catch one of these Geodudes. You know what? This one looks like he's looking at me, so I'll take this one. Don't think it really matters, but we will catch this one. Of course, we get the big hit. Yeah. So we'll take a Geodude home, and we'll just wrap it up with that. Not good that we didn't get a Snover today. We definitely want to see Snovers. Okay, so as far as candy going out, yeah, I do think Spheal candy is probably the best candy to send out, so we'll do that. And then we can move on. Let's see. We got 2,188 research XP and 3,257 dream shards. But how is this Geodude? We have a level 13 and lonely Geodude. Okay. Well, level 13 and lonely with soybean, potato. So ABB, not what we were looking for. Or maybe it is. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. It's way too early. My brain is not yet awake. Probably because I stayed up late, but I am having a hard time remembering what my current Geodudes are. But Sleep XP bonus is not a bad first step. At least we get the XP bonus for the entire life cycle of the Geodude, so that's good. Inventory up L is very good. Ingredient Finder S is good. Could be better with Ingredient Finder M. Another inventory up. Not really necessary. Helping speed would be really good there. But we did get the helping speed at level 100, which, yay, we're going to get that so soon. Lonely is speed of help up and energy recovery down. So actually not terrible. Not bad. This actually could be a pretty good one. I don't know that I would use it though. I mean, yeah, with ABB, this is really looking like it would be a potato farmer, and I'm not really in the market for a potato farmer. So unless this is just like super busted, which it could be, I just don't feel like it's worth the investment over the Florigato that we have. It's very good. If I didn't already have the, or no, I have a Miascarada, not a Florigato. If I didn't already have the Miascarada, I would probably use this one, but since we do, I don't really see a reason to do so. I don't know. Is this worthy of a production comparison? Because I kind of feel like if we go look, let's see. Here's the ingredients. If we go look at potatoes, where are they at? There they are. Yeah. But what about at level 60? Because that's where it's really going to shine if it does. I mean, yeah, it's not surprising. Masquerada with AAA still outperforms ABB, so not really any reason to keep this one, I guess, other than just because it's 96, but I don't think that's a really good reason. It is very good. Not as good as I would like, as I said before, but it is very good. Just out of sheer curiosity, let's just run the regular one just real quick. Yeah, it does take it a minute to get up a little bit higher on pure ingredient strength alone. It's not great until level, I mean, level 30 is 75 PR, 87 at 50, 90 something at 60. So it's pretty good. But I think that pretty much settles it, that we're going to send this one to the professor. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and stick with the Miascarada that we have already. No worries, my friend. It's okay, Geodude. You didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't you. It's me. But all right, we got another 188 sneaky snacking, and we have some news that I was spoiled on because somebody decided to say something in the stream. You know who you are. Anyway, we have not the update contents, but we have Good Sleep Report, Volume 13. Let's see. The only thing I really care about now, just for the curiosity of it, is how much more or less we slept. The average duration was shorter. Man, we're shorter again. 8 minutes, 46 seconds shorter than typical. All right, well, I guess all of us have gotten tired of getting a decent amount of sleep. I know I have. That's why I've been sleeping 8 to 10 hours a day for some reason. But interesting that we got shorter. But the big news is that we now know the next Good Sleep Day event will be September 17th to September 19th, which means that, which we could have already figured this out by looking at the calendar. But for sure, the Suicune event will not overlap with Good Sleep Day. So that'll be the first legendary event that did not do so. Kind of unfortunate. I wish they would have pushed the Suicune event back just by 1 week, just to let it line up to finish out the trio. It just doesn't feel complete without it, you know? But it is what it is. So September 17th to September 19th, mark your calendars. Good Sleep Day number 14 coming up. All right, let's check our community reports. We should have a decent number. 39 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only 10 that doubled up. Wow, kind of low, but it's all right. And no level ups today. All right, let's move on and let's get into the meat and potatoes. Let's get this breakfast up and running. Again, we're not really worried about pushing the ranks too much harder anymore. We are just trying to stock up and prepare for the Suicune event. Abomasnow got his act together after I finished recording yesterday's video and decided that he was going to bring in a bunch of eggs. So we actually have a decent amount. Still not quite where I want to be given how low my egg production is currently, but it is in a good place. At this point, I trust Obama Snow to keep the egg production going throughout the week, and we shouldn't have to worry about it. We did get the double trigger on Gardevoir, no trigger on Blastoise, but we did get one yesterday. Unfortunately, my Blastoise doesn't trigger all that often. But we do have a ton of ingredients now. Let's see what we're looking at. For flower gift macarons, I can make anything with apples. I don't have to worry about that. So we're gonna make fancy apple juice, and we're gonna go ahead. Let's see, let's clear out some of this stuff we do not need. I'm gonna save the leeks for next week because they are good filler. You know what? Let's save the herbs as well. Let's get rid of the sausage. It's not the best filler. We need the milk. We need the honey. We don't necessarily need the oil. The ginger is kind of low. Tomatoes are kind of low. Soybeans are kind of low. We'll save the rest for now. Don't add more. We'll just finish this one out. And we will probably get an extra tasty when we're not trying. No, okay, good. A lot of times it seems like when I don't try and I don't care about strength, all of a sudden the extra tasties come out to play. That is enough for a level up on the stalwart vegetable juice. So getting a little bit of progress on that towards the max level. But again, we're only making this just to cook for the mission. So no worries. We're not trying to raise rank. Not that big a deal. Just trying to clear out some space to make room for ingredients we actually want and for the mission. It was enough to put us to Ultra 5 though. So we're in a good spot there. Another couple of berries from you. We should be in a pretty decent place once he finishes eating all of those berries, but let's go ahead and check in where we are at for next week. Currently, Coco doing very well. That's almost 6 dishes worth of cocoa. Eggs, not as good as I thought they were going to be. I thought we'd have at least 75, but we're still in a good place. 58 out of 25 is not bad. We could still, if we wanted to, you know what? I probably will swap out probably Blastoise for one of the Delibirds, just to bring in some eggs. It's not going to be as much as the Abomasnow because they only get 2, because none of my Delibird are AA. So we'll bring in the one that can at least bring in something to help bolster that a little bit. And then for honey, we have 17 is 24, 48, and then another 24 would be 72. Yes. Yes. Okay. So we've got enough for 6 dishes there on honey. So we're doing all right there. Could probably, just to bring up the eggs and the milk to be in line with the cocoa and honey, swap out the Blastoise for our AAA Squirtle or Wartortle. I think he's a Wartortle now. And swap out the Venusaur for one of the Delibirds to bring in just a few more eggs, just to try to help get those in line. Overall, we are in a very good place though. I'm not really that worried about it. Last time I did this, I calculated out how many ingredients we would need, and I went through an entire team analysis. I'm trying to do it all on my own this time without running it through calculations, which could lead to failure, but I'm trying to see if I can trust myself, and I don't know if I can yet. We are at 484 total ingredients out of 700, which is fine. We are going to need some filler, which is kind of why I'm holding on to the corn, but that's not going to go very far. We may end up with just extra cocoa as filler. I'm not sure. Not sure how we're going to handle the filler because we will have, I think like 100 and something ingredients every time we cook. So we will need to make sure that we keep up on that. All right, well, we are in a good place. We're ready to go. The plan is working. We just need to swap out these 2 real quick just to try to even things out. Let's grab our Blastoise and we will put in a Delibird. Question is, which one? You have apples, so I don't want you bringing in apples. Let's grab this guy. Good. Nothing but eggs, ingredient finder M, and skill trigger S. So Yeah, speed of help is down, which is unfortunate, but it's eggs. It's eggs, and that's what we need. And then we're going to swap you out for Mr. AAA. Right there. I'm still kind of considering investing in this guy. At least getting to level 30 with candies. I'm really thinking that's a good call. I'm thinking that's a good call. Level up. Probably should have used Candy Boost to invest in this guy. That would have been a good call too. How much can I get and still have the 80 to evolve? I can get to 25 and evolve him to a Blastoise. That wouldn't be bad. But if I am going to invest this much, I might as well get him to 30. How far can we go? Can't quite get to 30 yet. Not yet. But I don't know. Something is telling me to hold off on investing in this one just yet. And I don't know why. What level do you need to be to evolve? 27? Why am I feeling like I shouldn't do this? I don't know. It may just be the sheer... may just be fear of the amount of dream shards that I have. I feel like for some reason that's holding me back, and I don't know why. But let's go ahead and do it. Let's at least evolve this into a Blastoise. Even if we don't get him to level 30, he should be a Blastoise. It will help significantly with the speed. So I don't know why I'm hesitant about this. Again, my brain isn't really super active right now. So, maybe it's just foggy brain that's telling me no, but for some reason I'm hesitant, and it's weird. But let's go ahead and evolve it. I think this is the right call, unless I'm just overthinking it, or underthinking it is probably more what it is. I'm probably underthinking this, and this is a bad call, but I think it's the right call. If not, it's too late now, so let's just go ahead and move on. We have us another Blastoise, our third one. And really, we only have two good ones. Because as much as I appreciate that I've had this guy for a long time, this is a good Blastoise. I like this Blastoise. Anyway, as much as I appreciate the fact that I've had this one, where's he at? ABC right here. I've had him for a long time, and he helped me out a lot in the beginning. He's actually not that great. So, the only good thing about him is the berry fighting at 75. Other than that, not super great. ABC, not what you want to see, but for some reason I can't let him go. I'm sentimental with that one, and I don't know why. But yeah, I think this Blastoise is the way to go. Evolving him did get us down to 44 minutes and 14 second frequency, so we're in a pretty good place. If I could get him to level 50, which is a long ways away, another helping bonus stack would also be good. So we're in a good spot. We do really need to find us a good Vaporeon candidate, but that'll be another time. For now, we've got the team in a good place where they need to be. We should see some good returns on the ingredients that we're looking for, and hopefully things will turn around for us. But before I let you guys go, we are going to go over the missions for the Suicune event. If you haven't seen them already, some of you may have, some of you maybe not, but if you're curious, we're going to go over them now. So, for the Suicune event, or week 1 missions, we are going to need to get to Basic 2, Ultra 1, and Ultra 4. For Basic 2, we'll get 15 Suicune mains. For Ultra 1, we'll get 25 mains. And for Ultra 4, we'll get 40 mains. Then for giving out 15 biscuits, we will get 50 mains as well. If we use 7 incense, we will also get another 50 mains. And if we go to bed on time 3 times, another 50 mains. So all very easy to hit. No reason that anybody shouldn't be able to do these, except for maybe the 15 biscuits. If you just don't have any, 15 biscuits is quite a bit. We really only need to give out 8 extra because we do get the 7 free biscuits, 1 for each day with the bonus biscuit. So it is possible that some people may not be in a position to hit that, but most of the others will be almost impossible to not do unless you're actively trying not to, or you forget, like I did that one time, and forget to use incenses even though it's very clearly there. I still don't know how I did that, but don't forget to use your incenses. For week 2, If we get to Ultra 5, we get 20 mains. If we get to Master 2, we get 30 mains. And if we get to Master 5, we get 40 mains. Keep in mind, week 2, we will start off with a stronger Snorlax. I believe the exact rank of the Snorlax will vary depending on which island you go to, because it's the strength that is set, not the rank. So we will start off with a stronger than normal Snorlax, so we will have a jump start there. So getting to Master 5 is not going to be as daunting as it sounds. Also, if you use 100 candies, we will get another 50 mains and go to bed 3 times on time again for another 50 mains, and then cook 12 times for 50 mains. So all of these should be very doable. I don't see any reason why anybody should miss week 2. Week 2 will be very easy. Outside of maybe a brand new player that has only been playing for a week or 2, you may not be able to hit some of these higher ranks here, but most people should be able to hit them. So all in all, pretty easy missions. We'll have plenty of mains between both of them. That's going to be 150, 190 plus another 2. Okay, so 230 for week 1. And then for week 2, 50, 50, 150. So we're looking at another 190, 220, and 240. So 230 for week 1, 240 for week 2. So we're going to be in a very good spot. We're going to get just shy of 500 mains in total from these missions, which means we should be able to buy a couple of incense, a couple of biscuits, but also keep in mind that we typically see a main skill seed in the event exchange shop. So those I think are like 300 or 350 if I remember correctly. So they are a bit expensive, but you will have enough to at least buy that if you're not buying any Suicune incense or biscuits. There's a few other things in the shop that are worth buying. I don't think the shop is available just yet. Suicune research. Let's see. Item exchange. It is available, so we're going to go through that now. I did not realize this was here. I thought it was on a separate tab. Okay, so we will be able to buy 2 Suicune incense at 80 mains each. And then from there, we'll be able to buy 7 for 160 mains each. So make sure you buy the cheap ones first. For the biscuits, we'll be able to buy 2 at 60 mains and 10 at 120 mains. Then we've got small handy candies. We'll be able to buy 10 of them for 12 mains each. Small water type candies. So this is something we didn't have in the Raikou and Entei events. We did not have the type candies. So we've got a new item. The small water type candies. We'll be able to buy 10 for 12 mains each. Which is pretty decent deal since it's at the same price as the small handy candies. I like that. I feel like they should be. And then we've got small dream clusters. You'll be able to buy 15 for 12 mains each. There it is, the main skill seed, 350 Suicune mains. We've got a water stone, of course, that will be 120 mains, and we can only buy 1 of them. So if you need a water stone and you got some extra mains left over, this is a good way to do it rather than spend the 1400 sleep points. It's not a high priority for me, but if you got the extra sleep points and you need it, why not? Then we've got Suicune candy. We'll be able to buy 100 at 2 mains each. And then again, we'll be able to buy 999 at 6 mains each. And then for the second week of the event, we'll have another round of Suicune incense. We can buy 2 at 70 mains each, and then another couple of Suicune biscuits that we can buy at 50 mains each. Keep in mind, some of these don't show up. It looks like the last incense on this page, the last incense and biscuits show up the final week. Everything else looks like it is available week 1, which is about typical. So quite a lot to buy. Again, my priority is trying to catch a good Suicune, and then the main skill seed I will definitely buy before the end of the event. I've bought it every time. It is highly valuable. I think this is the highest priority for everybody, whether you're free to play or not. The main skill seed is going to be a very valuable item. Of course, we're going to buy incense and biscuits to try to catch the Suicune, and then also don't forget that the biscuits after the event is over will convert into great biscuits. So if you are at the end of the event, you've caught the Suicune you want, it still is worth buying the Suicune biscuits because those will convert into free great biscuits. I think now that ultra biscuits are out in the game, they should convert to ultra biscuits because then it's more similar, you know, 5, 6, but maybe I'm just being picky, but I do think that's what it should do. But these will convert into great biscuits at the end of the event, so it is still worth buying them even if you have already caught your Suicune, rather than just buying, you know, what is it, 1,000 Suicune candies. I think it's better to buy the biscuits because you can use those on other Pokemon later on. Outside of that, Waterstone is not a bad purchase for pretty much anybody, even if you don't need it right now. Might as well get it while it's cheap. And small handy candies, of course, are always very valuable. Dream clusters as well, especially with the increased amount of dream shards that we are having to use throughout our day-to-day playing of the game. So the ones I would leave behind, I typically don't buy Suicune candy until I've bought everything else and I just have literally nothing else to spend my mains on, and I just buy it out to run out my supply of mains. But again, highest priority, main skill seed, incense, biscuits to catch it. Then once I've caught it, probably won't buy any more incense outside of just one to keep in my inventory. I still have, I believe, both the Raikou and Entei incense that I bought. Yep, Raikou and... oh, did I use the Entei incense? Maybe I did. I don't remember when I did, but I guess I did use it. Probably going for that 3-star. Anyway, I have the Raikou one. It's not a bad idea to hold on to it because you can use it to force a spawn. Just because the event is over does not mean that you can't find Suicune. So you can hold on to that incense until you get the drowsy power required to get the 3-star, or not the drowsy power, sorry, the rank required for the 3-star Suicune. So if you go to Cyan, I think is where it's going to spawn. Let me double check that before I tell you wrong. I don't want to do that. Let's double check. I'm pretty sure Cyan is where it spawns. But I'm also pulling off a foggy brain and memory. Yes, Cyan Beach or Lapis Lakeside. So once you get to the rank required for it, again, this is all unsettled, so hold off on it. Don't necessarily commit this one to memory yet. Double check before you use your incense. But once you get to the rank required for the 3-star sleep, you can use the incense to try to force that 3-star sleep to show up, and it does not discount from your drowsy power. So you can do that. It is a good idea to hold on to the incense for specifically that reason. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. Prioritize the main skill seed. Make sure we catch a good Suicune. Buy all the goodies with what mains I have left. And that's going to be pretty much it. And speaking of pretty much it, that's going to be it for today's video. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos and breakdowns of all the stuff going on in the game. A huge shout out to our ace trainers that support this channel: Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, White, and Husky Star. Thank you very much. If you'd like to become an ace trainer today, click that join button right next to the subscribe button. Get exclusive perks and early access to the daily videos. And while you're down there, go ahead and click the link to that Discord in the description box. Come join us and talk about Pokemon Sleep and other video games. Other than that, y'all have a good night, happy hunting, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 6 of just a chill week here on Snowdrop Tundra, trying to find us a good Snover before the Suicune research event starts. So far, no luck, but we've got a couple of days left, so maybe we can find something. A Delibird would be nice. We are going to get 1,836 sneaky snacking, and actually, before I jump into everything, I do need to make a couple of quick housekeeping reminders. Don't forget, it is the end of the month. Make sure to buy out what you need from the shops before it resets at the beginning of the month. This is your last chance, I believe. I don't even remember what today is. I believe, yes, today is the 31st. So make sure to buy things that you need from the shop, the Master Biscuit, the Easy Travel tickets. If you got the premium shop, there's some other really good things in there. I'm not too familiar with it. Skill seeds and all that. So make sure you buy out whatever you need from the shop before it resets today. Also, I need to issue a correction. Thank you to those of you in the comments that pointed it out and kept me on track. I misspoke yesterday when I said that using an incense, for example, that is the pot. That is not the incense table. The incense, I said that using an incense, you can get the 3-star sleep style whenever, as long as you have met the rank. I actually flipped it. It's backwards. You need the drowsy power for the sleep style, not the rank. I mixed it up. I was thinking that it actually doesn't take the drowsy power from your official score. And so that's why I was thinking drowsy power, but no, you actually just need the drowsy power requirement. So on a good sleep day, for example, if you reach the drowsy power requirement for the 3-star, even though you don't have the rank, you can still have a chance of getting it. So again, thank you to the comments for keeping me in line. I said it again, online, keeping me in line with the information and making sure that I have the correct information that I'm giving to you guys. So again, sorry about that, but let's go ahead and jump into it with all that out of the way, and we can get back into our normal flow of things. Again, only 88 sleep points because, once again, stayed up too late playing video games, you know, as we do, and here we are. So 88 sleep points puts us at 4,579 for our grand total. And then for our daily lottery, we are gonna pick up hopefully something very nice. A small handy candy. That is kind of nice, not very nice, but you know, we'll take it. We'll use it somewhere. Hopefully on a new Totodile soon. That would be great, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and jump into the sleep report and see what happens. Hopefully we can get that slumbering type, get another chance at the Snover. If not, dozing type. Delibird is not necessarily what I want to look for because the resources are pretty intensive to invest in it. But, whoa, okay. Wow. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you stay up late 2 nights in a row. Okay, slumbering type. I actually gotten very lucky with the slumbering types this week. So let's see. We're gonna get, should be like 40 or 50 million. Yeah, 46.4, almost 0.5 million. Several 1 stars. Maybe that means Snovers, but we'll see. We'll see. Glaceon, oh. That's not a new one, but don't see that pop up too often. Cramorant. Well, we at least got 1 Snover, and we know we're going to take it home because of what happened last time. So we got a Geodude, a Swablu, Snover, Glaceon, Cleffa, Togepi, and Cramorant. Interesting. I keep forgetting that Cramorant is in this game because nobody uses it. It was unfortunately one of those Pokemon that just as soon as it arrived was not helpful. So, poor guy. Okay, unfortunate that we didn't get a Hungry on the Glaceon. I would have liked to have tried. We are just going to do the biscuit here. And we're going to take that Snover home. Unfortunately, only the 1 Snover. It would have been nice to get 2 so we could feed another one and try to take that one home too. We are coming down to the wire. So we really need to try to catch a good one. What else do I want to feed? Honestly, part of me wants to just feed the Glaceon because it's just a bonus biscuit. So it's not like I'm losing anything too valuable. And the rest of this is not really super fantastic. I mean, we caught that really good Geodude yesterday that, again, some of the comments made me think about it a different way. Maybe we'll hold on to it. I think we're just going to hold on to it. I don't know if we'll ever use it, but we'll hold on to it for a while. But as for today, what do I want? Honestly, let's just feed the Swablu. I don't really see a point to feeding the Glaceon unless it's hungry, just to try to get that 10% crit cap out of that. Outside of that, doesn't really seem to be worth it. The Togepi is not super great, but we got Togepi and Swablu set up in the future to take home, and we'll just move on. Clearly, we don't need another Swablu, but you know, wouldn't hurt. Candy today, probably Eevee or Snover candy, maybe Swablu candy too, but I think I gave out Swablu before, so let's do the Eevee candy today. No, yeah, let's do the Eevee candy. Vaporeon's good for the Suicune event as well, so Eevee candy and Snover candy gonna be good for that. 1,852 research XP is not bad, and 4,062 dream shards, that's very good. We do need those. But for now, moment of truth, is our hunt over? I kind of hope it is. All we need is ABB. That's what we're looking for. Oh, took a second to pop up, but there we go. Level 15 and naive. Okay. Not even remotely close. Honestly, though, AAC is not the worst ingredient spread. I kind of like the combo aspect of it. But as far as utility now with this particular ingredient spread, maybe not. All right, these sub skills, let's go ahead and check them out. Watch it be exactly what we would want. It's just the wrong spread. No, it's not. Skill trigger S to start off with is not what we're looking for. Inventory up M is good though. Helping speed, skill trigger. You know what? Well, at least if it didn't have the right spread, at least it wasn't perfect stats, you know? you got to find the silver lining in everything. Naive is going to be XP gains up, main skill chance down. Skill trigger's definitely trying to balance that out. So, all right, well, let's run a quick calculation. We know we're not keeping this one just because it is not the spread we want to look. That's awful. Awful. Oh. Oh no. What is it right there? Am I looking in the right place? I can't tell because I'm just staring at a wall. But look at that. It's terrible. Oh man. That is just the worst. Well, like I said, at least since it was the wrong spread, it wasn't the perfect sub skills. So there's that at least, because that would have made me feel real bad if all of this was exactly what we wanted and the spread was AAC. But, well, this guy is going to the professor. Let's go ahead and what is the skip button? Does it just skip the entire research stack? Probably. I probably won't do anything right now. If you've ever used that skip button, let me know what that does. I've noticed it a few times and wondered, but I've never tried it. So let me know if you know what it does. But yep, that Snover is looking like about a 32 PR. I'm gonna let that continue to run while we keep doing what we're doing, because we got better things to do than worry about a very subpar Snover. We have no new news today, which is not. I was trying to say it's not surprising, but then my brain wanted to say it's to be expected at the same time. So I queued up. It's not expected, but it is expected. We shouldn't see any new news until probably sometime later in the Suicune event. Let's go ahead and check these community reports. There's 39 of them with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 that doubled up. We have not been getting lucky there, but maybe this bad luck with double up candies means we're going to get some good luck with the extra mains from the sleep reports. So let's go ahead and move on. No level ups today either. And then final PR on that Snover is 31. Very, very bad. So let's go ahead and move on. We are getting into the final phases of preparation for, ooh, that's not good. That's a lot of tomatoes, my guy. We don't want that. We are in the final phases of preparation for the Suicune event. A good double trigger there from Gardevoir. That is exactly what we want. Which means that we are no longer making meals. Some of you may have guessed that by the fact that Flareon is on the team. But we are no longer making meals because we are purely stocking up ingredients and stocking up. Of course you didn't trigger. Tried to set something up and not a single skill trigger. We're stocking up skill triggers too, but just to show you what we're doing, we're stocking up skill triggers. For those of you that aren't aware, you can stock these up and carry them across from one week to the next. So we will let Flareon just continue to trigger, currently at 123 total that I can put in. So that's 3 skill triggers that I had yesterday from Flareon. 3? Yes, 3 that I had from Flareon yesterday. If we can get another 3 to 5 today and another 3 to 5 tomorrow, we're looking at around a 250 to 300 ingredient pot that we can start off with on Monday for breakfast. So we are going to go through a bunch of ingredients all at once, but that's why I'm not really too bothered about a lot of these other things like apples and herbs and sausage, because we're going to throw a bunch of this in there. As we can see now, we needed, let's go ahead and grab the recipe we're going to make. So we are making the flower gift macarons. We need 25 eggs. We have 133 of them, so we've got enough for 5. We need 10 milk. We've got enough for 10. We have 102 milk. Honey is the one that we're still kind of slacking on a little bit, but I did take my honey gatherer out because I wanted to make sure we had plenty of eggs. We're getting there. Eggs, I'm still not completely comfortable with where they're at. But milk, I'm pretty comfortable. So we're probably going to swap out Blastoise to get Venusaur back in to start getting that honey going again. Even though we don't have a lot of space left, we're almost at 700 capacity. We can let Venusaur sit there. What I can do is, even though my bag is full, I can have Venusaur, click on him, drop the ingredient or the inventory on the ground, collect all the berries, leave the honey, and then just keep doing that until his inventory is completely full of honey, and then roll that over into Monday. So it won't be a ton. Probably, I think his inventory is somewhere between 30 and 40, just off a hunch. So it'll be an extra 30 or 40 honey in his inventory. So that'll be good. And then if I feel like we really need to, I can go ahead and sell off some of these other ingredients just to get a little bit of extra in the bag. Sell off some soybeans or ginger or, you know, sausage or whatever. Some of the lower strength ingredients. Possibly even some apples, because I think that's the lowest strength ingredient. So we can sell off some of this if we want to, make a few extra dream shards on the side, and make sure that we have plenty of honey. And then cocoa, we've got 154, so we've got plenty of that. We've got plenty of cocoa, plenty of milk. Those two I'm not worried about at all gathering throughout the week. We will for sure have plenty of cocoa and milk throughout the week with the Blastoises that we have. So no worries there. Eggs and honey are the one I really want to stock up on. Did not mean to do that, but whatever, it doesn't matter. We're going to cancel out anyway. So our pantry's in a really good place. That's the plan. Continue to stock up skill triggers with Flareon. Have a very, very, very big breakfast. Throw in a bunch of these extra ingredients. We're currently at 670. So yeah, now's a good time to probably swap in that Venusaur and start getting some extra honey. And we can try to do the same thing with Abomasnow. The problem is that it brings in tomatoes too, not just eggs. So if we do the same thing with Abomasnow that I'm talking about with Venusaur, that does mean that we will have some random tomatoes on Monday. Hopefully that's not the case. I can try to filter them out by picking them up, selling strategically, and then trying to just not collect too many eggs if I really want to, but to me, it's just going to end up the same way. So hopefully not going to do that. But we can go ahead and swap out. We do have plenty of milk and cocoa. We don't need this guy on the team. What we do need is this guy on the team bringing us in as much honey as possible. And then we are still not where I want to be with eggs. So we'll leave Delibird and Abomasnow on the team. We're going to keep Gardevoir on the team just to try and keep everybody at a full energy to keep that production up high. I don't really think it's too big of a deal for Gardevoir this week, since we're just collecting ingredients. That's all we're really worried about, but that's why I'm keeping it on the team, mainly really for Flareon, just to keep as many skill triggers from Flareon as possible. But ultimately probably won't make a huge difference given that there's only 2 days left. But this is the team we're going to run with for now. I did want to check. I didn't think about it. What is the inventory space here? 27. So it's an extra 27 honey that we could have starting on Monday once our bag is full. Like I said, we can kind of do the same with Abomasnow, but it's not going to work as well. We can definitely do the same with Delibird, an extra 20 eggs sitting there in the inventory. We'll just have to see how things go, but that's probably going to be what we're trying to do, is just stocking up with Abomasnow, Delibird, and Venusaur. And if we get to a decent point, could potentially even switch in Raikou or Entei. Entei, well, actually, no. I think you need at least 3 fire types for it to make a difference. I was going to say, if I get to a point where ingredient bag is full and inventories are full of more ingredients, then one of the two of them would be good. Let's see. Level 2 versus level 3. So yeah, probably gonna switch in for Raikou then. Let's see. Switch in for, yeah, Raikou's faster too, so probably a better call. Let's break it down. I think it has to be at least, yeah, you have to have at least 3 of the same type on the team, so it doesn't matter which one I swap in. Raikou is going to be the better one anyway. Not only is it level 3, but it's also faster, and honestly, it's the better of the two of them just in general that I caught. So we can swap in Raikou, try to stock up some extra ingredients on top of that. Probably wouldn't be the worst thing to do. It's not gonna help a ton, but when you're talking about suboptimal Pokemon for eggs and honey, it will help a little bit. Hopefully make all the difference. But that is the plan. So we are gonna have a very, very, very big breakfast on Monday. And that's pretty much the final phase of the plan. For now, it is just sitting back and collecting whatever we can and just seeing what happens. Again, not making any more meals. just to not waste all of the Flareon skill triggers. So that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully it pans out. But let's go ahead and collect these mission rewards. They've been sitting here for a hot minute. Ultra 4, we got a small dream cluster, and give Snorlax 1800 berries. We got another 1500 dream shards. That does mean, though, with this plan, we are going to give up the cook 17 times for 1500 dream shards. Ultimately, not that big a deal. Definitely need to go to bed on time for the next today and tomorrow, just to make sure I get those diamonds. I do want those. Diamonds are my best friend. So definitely want to get those. The one last thing that we need to do, I'm just not too sure how well it's going to work out. Oh, nope, wrong one. Didn't mean to go there. Meant to go to the Pokemon box. I still don't know if any of these Eevee are really good for a Vaporeon. So we're going to have to figure that out. Definitely not this one. This one's more of a berry specialist than anything. This is the one I thought about using as a Vaporeon. But honestly, I'm thinking about getting rid of this one now. Simply because it's not focused on skill triggers, which is really what we needed to do. I mean, when it comes to milk and sausage, we have plenty of other gatherers that are going to do a much better job. So I'm thinking about getting rid of this one because it doesn't really have a high skill trigger rating. This one, however, could be really good. Skill trigger M and helping bonus with a skill level up, which is very beneficial. Unfortunately, the nature is neutral. And we have Dream Shard bonus early on, but it's not the worst. I think this might be a solid Vaporeon candidate. I don't remember what it rated at because I didn't name it because I have been slacking on keeping my box together. This one, speed of help down, nature just kind of kills it. So I don't know what to do with this one either. And then, yeah, this one just kind of not great all around. So I'm not going to worry about that one. This is the other potential candidate. Skill level up at 25, skill trigger at 50, helping speed at 75. This one's going to be good later on with a sassy nature. So I'm not too sure, but those are the main candidates. Yeah, really it's between this guy, skills 88, with this particular setup, and this one with this setup. Feel like either one could be really good, but I'm gonna have to do some research behind the scenes to try to figure that out. So that's where we're at right now, but I do want to get a Vaporeon because I know that everyone is talking so good about it. I've got a friend of mine that's playing the game now, and he's telling me about how good Vaporeon is, so I want one. I want that for me. But that is where we are gonna wrap it up today. That's the plan. Things are doing well. We just gotta see how things go on Monday. But again, final reminder, make sure to buy out what you need from the shops. They do reset. Speaking of, I need to buy that Master Biscuit. It looks like I already bought my Easy Travel ticket. Make sure you always get your Easy Travel ticket. It's only 100 sleep points. They're very easy to get. Nothing else that I really need. But I also, how many Master Biscuits do I have? Will it tell me from here? I have 3 already. I think I would rather buy some Poke Biscuits because we only need the one for Suicune. You know what? Yeah, we only need the one for Suicune because we are going to use the Master Biscuit on the very first one that we get, like always, just to get it out of the way and start hunting better ones. So, yeah, I think I might actually skip out on the Master Biscuit this week or this month. I'm going to take the rest of the day to think about it, but I might actually skip out on it this month to save those sleep points for the biscuits because I feel like Poke Biscuits are going to be more beneficial in the long run because we also see how infrequently I've used legendary Pokemon on my team in general. So yeah, I'm gonna think about that one, but I'm gonna leave you with that. That's gonna be the video today. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, White, and Husky Star. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click that join button right next to the subscribe button, and you can get early access to the daily videos as well as a bunch of other cool perks. While you're down there, go ahead and click the link to that Discord in the description box and come and join us to talk about Pokemon Sleep and other video games. Other than that, y'all have a good night, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning and welcome back. We are on the final day before the Suicune research event starts, and It's probably going to be a short video today, honestly, because of all the prep that we're doing. There's not really a whole lot to go on today, but let's see what happens. We're going to start off with a small ingredient ticket for our reward stamp card. Pretty good. That means we'll get some 10 diamonds to start off the event tomorrow. We also got 17,721 sneaky snacking. It's a lot more than what I thought we were going to get based on how I left everyone's inventory when I went to bed last night. But all right, very good. No, wait, no, that makes sense. I said that backwards. My brain's super dumb today. Anyway, let's move on. Let's grab our 100 sleep points. I finally got a full night's rest after a couple of days of being a pro gamer with 4,679 total sleep points. We're going to put those to use here in just a minute. But for now, our daily lottery is going to be a Poke Biscuit, which we do desperately need. That is very good. Very, very good. We needed that. So speaking of using those points, the shop did just reset. I don't think we can buy out all 30 biscuits. We can. That's right. It's only 4,500 sleep points to buy them all. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I decided that the master biscuit isn't really that big of a deal. We have 3 of them. We only really need 1. And I doubt I'm going to decide to catch more than 2 Suicune with master biscuits, if I even decide to catch any on the first one with a master biscuit. So I'm going to go ahead and buy the Poke Biscuits and be done with that. Also, keep in mind now is the time to go ahead and grab another easy travel ticket if you do need 1 more of those. My bag is full. Uh-oh. I don't know why I went to open bag. We don't want to do that. What I want to do is the bag expansion, which is good because we have the diamonds for it. But that means I need to go back to the general store. I might have been able to get here from the other menu, but I didn't pay attention. Expand the items pocket. That'll leave us with only 225 diamonds, but worth it. And then, yeah, probably could have got back here, but I think I went the long way. Anyway, we're going to grab our easy travel ticket. That gives us 8. So we do have enough chances to reset for what we want. The plan for these is to reset tomorrow to make sure that we get desserts. Hopefully we get some good berries to go along with it, but my main goal is desserts. You can use these if you just want to get favored berries and just keep re-rolling what the 2 random ones are going to be. So it's up to you, but that's what I use them for, to reset the island, to try to get the meal that I want. And you'll see that in tomorrow's video. We'll make sure we get what we want, unless I just get it and get lucky right off the bat. So all that said, let's go ahead and jump into today's sleep report. Hopefully it's going to be something good. Again, I feel like it's probably going to be slumbering. These last few days, I don't even remember that I have dreamed. And usually when I don't remember dreaming, I get slumbering. So we'll see. Looking pretty slumbery. Yeah. 56% slumbering. Cool. So we got exactly what we wanted, but let's see if we can get the Snover that we want. Unfortunately, the one we got yesterday was not great. There's a lot of high-ranking sleep styles. Nope, I take it back. They're all 2 stars. I don't know what I'm talking about. Brain, super dumb. Super dumb. Also, never mind. That's just another example of my brain being dumb. The screen was black and I looked at my recording and the screen wasn't there and I thought, oh man, I forgot to turn the screen on for the video. No, just my brain's very dumb. So that lets you know how my day's going. Even though I got a decent amount of sleep, brain is just not awake today. I think I saw an Abomasnow there. I did. All right, so we've got a Spheal, a Wynot, a Swablu, a Marowak, a Abomasnow, a Celio, and a Cubone. Unfortunately, I mean, really, we could catch an Abomasnow. I'm not worried about the extra level on the main skill. The extra 5 ingredient or inventory space would be nice. Oh, of course, it's nothing's hungry. The extra 5 ingredient space would, I said ingredient again, inventory space would be nice. It only takes 12 to catch an Abomasnow. I mean, it does only take 12, but we are not going to catch it today. And this is kind of our last chance. We probably won't see it tomorrow, so I don't think it's really worthwhile to try to catch it. Honestly, if we could get a Swablu that wants to be an ingredient specialist with double eggs, would probably be even better than trying to catch this Abomasnow, because we'd have to use a bunch of our biscuits that we want to save for the next 2 weeks. So For now, I think I'm just gonna go with the Spheal. As much as I really want to try to catch that Obama Snow, just to try to like grasp at straws for any kind of egg income, I don't think it's a smart idea. I think that's the emotional decision in this moment, but the logical one is to not catch it. So we're gonna move on. What have we sent out? I feel like we've sent out everything that's here except for Marowak and Why Not. But we've sent out Swablu, Snover, and Spheal Candy this week, I think. Or maybe not Spheal. Maybe we haven't sent out Spheal Candy, but Walrein is very useful. So we'll send that out. All three a good choice, in my opinion. I would not be dissatisfied if I got extra candy of any of those three. So we did get 3,402 Research XP and 4,476 Dream Shards. I think we're going to level up next week during the event. But for now, we have a Spheal, and it is level 13 in mild. So let's see. We've got oil, and ginger. Interesting combination. Not berry finding at level 10. But we do have, I think we do have a guaranteed gold at level 10 now. Sleep XP bonus. It's the same as the other one. Sleep XP bonus, energy recovery bonus, helping speed, inventory up, skill trigger. Yep, not good stuff. Not what we want to see on the type of Spheal that we're hunting. We are definitely looking for a strong berry Spheal. Boop, 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 boo. It's not going to be great. I mean, it's not terrible. Helping speed helps a lot. Also, I forgot to set the nature. Told you my brain is bad. Mild is very bad, speaking of, for Spheal. So let's run that calculation again. Yeah, it is way bad. Super bad. This is possibly the worst combination, or one of the worst combinations for a Spheal, or a berry specialist, I mean. I think the only thing that might be worst is, yeah, modest. Speed, ingredient finding up and speed of help down, both things that are not good when you're trying to get berries. So yeah, this one's pretty bad. 26. That's awful. All right, well, we know what's happening to this Spheal. It's going straight to the professor. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's see what else we got going on today. Hopefully something interesting, because that Spheal just wasn't it, Chief. Another 469 sneaky snacking. And we have no new news, of course, to be expected. The community reports for today, there's going to be about 47 of them. 43, nice, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 that have doubled up. Very good. Any level ups? Not today. Perhaps tomorrow. Okay. So nothing else for tomorrow. All right, let's see. Let's check the meat and potatoes. We got that. Plenty of energy for the day, which is good, except for the fact that most of my inventory is full. Yep, my ingredient bag is, of course, full. I'm trying to fill out the inventory that these Pokemon have. Double trigger there. Good. We might be getting close to the maximum pot increase with Flareon. Please make some space in your bag so your Pokemon can gather ingredients using their skills. So that's good. Delibird also now has a skill trigger banked up, so we can save that for tomorrow morning as well. So even though we're going to have a very, very, very big breakfast tomorrow, we have a bunch of ingredients here, and I'm still collecting ingredients. We may even end up with a skill trigger banked from Venusaur as well. As long as it can bring in berries, there's a chance it can skill trigger. So maybe Venusaur will have one as well. You still got some Rost berries in there. Still got a chance to get some eggs in there. There's more tomatoes than I wanted, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Outside of that, yeah, I think we are really in a good spot. Let's check and see how it's looking. We're not going to make breakfast, but we want to see what the pot is looking like for now. So no recipe, 312. It was, last I remember, it was at like 2 something, 207, 215, somewhere around there. So making a lot of good progress. I don't remember what the maximum you can increase your pot using the cooking expansion main skill is, but surely we've got to be getting close. Is there even a, now that I'm thinking about it, is there even a maximum that you can do, or can you just infinitely increase it that way? I don't know. Oh, wait, no, 312 is because of it's Sunday. So we got the extra from that. But I think the extra is still only whatever it would have been based on the normal, the base maximum pot value. There we go. So my base is 57. So I think the increase from Sunday is still just whatever it would have been from Sunday, not including the pot expansions from Flareon, which does make sense. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. If not, then I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. The one last thing I wanted to check, I'm pretty sure this is correct, but I want to make sure before I tell everybody, because I like to have my information correct. I don't like being wrong, but yes, for sure, make sure tomorrow you go to Greengrass. That is the only place you will be able to find Suicune. So if you're hunting for Suicune and you want to take part in the event to its fullest, make sure that you go to Greengrass for the first week. You will not be able to see Suicune anywhere else on week 1. So I know there are some people that may have misunderstood that or maybe didn't know, but do go to Greengrass. Don't go anywhere else. All right. That said, there is not really much else to do. We haven't completed any missions because we've been just kind of chilling out, preparing for next week. We're in a really good spot. With the good camp ticket, when we activate it tomorrow, we'll probably have a pot around the same size as this 312, if not more, if we can get some more skill triggers from Flareon, because not finding ingredients very often, which is good. That leaves him plenty of inventory space to get those skill triggers. So that's the plan. I'm thinking, I don't know if I should leave Gardevoir on the team to continue getting energy or swap it out for something that could be more useful in terms of prepping for next week. I would love to put Dedenne on the team to try to increase the extra tasty chances, but those don't carry over from one week to the next, so that's unfortunate. 120, 133, 126, 126, 126. Everybody's at a good enough energy that we don't really need a healer, especially with how full everybody's inventory is. I don't really think there's a need for a healer right now, but I don't know what I would swap in that could be useful. Maybe banking some skill triggers from Ampharos could be helpful. Level 3, I mean, that's not a very high skill trigger, but, or skill level, but could be worthwhile. Maybe Ampharos. Who else could potentially give us some good banked skill triggers? I mean, yours is the same. So one of the two of them could be really good. Not sure which. The only other thing I can think is to swap Gardevoir out for a berry finder. Possibly, maybe not even a berry finder, but just somebody that's going to bring in the favored Oran berries. Possibly this one. Yeah, I'm not sure. This is where I'm not exactly sure what to do. I'm not sure which is going to be the most impactful for next week. So I'm going to ask you guys, should I swap in something like Ampharos or Sylveon and try to bank some of those skill triggers? Or should I swap in a berry finder like Raichu or even one of the Oran berry finders that aren't a berry specialist like Quaxwell? And just try to get those stocked up, because I really don't think Gardevoir is the right call for today. I think we can get more out of that 5th slot if we swap it into something else. Or do I swap in this Blastoise and just get even more ingredients, milk and cocoa and all that, and possibly have a skill trigger banked from that? Yeah, so those are the choices. Raichu or another berry specialist, Blastoise for the extra ingredients, or a skill trigger specialist like Ampharos and Sylveon. Let me know in the comments below. Like I said, I think Gardevoir could be, that slot could be better used. for tomorrow. I'm just not really sure which one is going to be the right way to go. So let me know what you would do. And with that, we're going to wrap up the video there. We, like I said, kind of a short video, not super short, but a little bit shorter than it has been the last couple days, but things are going well. Hopefully your plans are going well for tomorrow. Again, make sure to pick green grass, make sure to get your easy travel ticket, and the shop has reset. So if you need biscuits or anything, now's the time to buy them. But we will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, White, and Husky Star. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click that join button right next to the subscribe button. For $5 a month, you can get early access to the videos every day, as well as some other cool perks. And while you're at it, go ahead and click the link to the Discord in the description box. Come join us and talk about Pokemon Sleep and other video games. Other than that, y'all have a good night, and until next time, later, dudes.